I have no desire to vilify the dead. Only truly terrible people deserve to be attacked posthumously, and Ashli Babbitt, the single casualty among the mob that stormed the Capitol yesterday in Donald Trump's name, does not seem like she was that kind of person, deserving of that kind of treatment. But neither does she deserve to be glorified, or excused, or portrayed as some kind of innocent bystander caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, I am recording this on January 7th. It has only been one day since these events transpired, and that day has been a whirlwind. So if this information turns out to be inaccurate, I will delete this video and correct the record, but it seems pretty clear at this point that Ashli Babbitt was an active QAnon extremist militant. She made frequent social media posts in the weeks preceding her death about how the storm is coming, and her and people like her were going to descend upon D.C. en masse, and D.C. would not know what hit it. She spent many months actively, passionately spreading lies and misinformation and propaganda and fomenting sedition online within her community as she fomented sedition in her own heart and mind. And when her dear leader called upon this former soldier and deployed her to D.C. and gave her the orders to march on the Capitol, to be brave, to keep fighting, to never concede, and to stop them, to stop the steal, well, that is what she tried to do, and it cost her her life. It is a tragedy that she died. It was completely unnecessary, and she is now on a very short and sad list of those who have been killed within the halls of the U.S. Capitol. But again, she was no innocent bystander swept along unwittingly. She was a knowing participant that had been an active part of inciting her own community for many months. But despite that, I do ultimately think that, in a way, she is a victim. Now, no doubt there is an alternate reality where Trump never became president. Instead, some more sane and decent and moderate Republican had, and this poor woman's brain never got so scrambled and melted by the Trump QAnon cult that she was unable to distinguish reality from fantasy. In that reality, this woman went on and lived a long, happy, normal life as an average conservative. But that's not what happened. She was a soldier. She wanted something good to fight for, and Donald Trump pretended to be that. I am sure that she would have been content to die for a good cause if she felt it was needed. But the very last thing that any of us have, why and how we die, was taken from her by the lies and manipulation of a vain, selfish man, of his enablers, and those who seek to profit off of his popularity. If you want to respect this woman as a soldier and a patriot, then you should want to punish the people that stole an honorable death from her by lying to her. Remember, only a few hours prior, she stood in that crowd and listened to Donald Trump say, "We are going to march on the Capitol and stop the steal, and I will be there with you." And while she lay there, shot and bleeding and dying in his name, he was already back home. He did not march to the Capitol with them. He didn't take even one step in that direction. He set them on their path, and he went home. The very last thing told to her by the man she came there ultimately to die for had been a lie, just like everything else. And that is a tragedy. And that is why I think she and many, many Trump supporters just like her are simultaneously perpetrator, but also victim.